We can get more reaction, of course, now as well from a former Liberal Democrat councillor, Mathew Hulbert, who's on the line to talk to us. Morning, Matthew.
Hi there.
Hello there. Joe's on the line as well.
Morning.
What's your reaction, Matthew?
Well, I'm devastated. I mean, I feel, to be honest with you, Jim, that the kind of, I'm looking for solid ground under my feet. I almost feel like, that there's nowhere quite safe to stand today. I'm devastated. I mean, as you might expect as a Liberal Democrat, very much pro-European. Of course, recognise that there are problems with the EU. It's not perfect. No human institution is. But, I kind of felt the better the devil you know, because I tell you what, Jim, there's not very many certainties that we know of about Brexit. The only certainty about Brexit is uncertainty.
Matthew, it's Joe here. What's your message to those who have voted leave and that have now got to look ahead to the consequences of that? What would you say to them this morning?
Hi there, Joe. Well, I mean, I think the great irony of this vote is that those who are affected by it, if there is an economic downturn, to put it at its mildest, won't be Nigel Farage. It won't be Boris Johnson or Michael Gove. Those that are most hit, if there's an economic downturn and possibly worse, will be, ironically, many of those good working class people who voted leave yesterday. And I think they've been sold a pup. They've been led up a garden path, the end result of which they may well not like at all. And I feel very sorry for those people who have, on an emotional basis and listening to the rhetoric of Farage and the rest, have felt compelled to vote leave yesterday. I think they'll regret it.
Well, does that mean, though, that Remain didn't shout loud enough or perhaps wasn't visible enough in order to match the rhetoric there, that there's been a failure on Remain's part?
I think that's very true. I mean, my party did its best, but as you know, sadly after last year's general election, we're still rebuilding and, we only have a few MPs. I think Labour was pretty lukewarm, let's face it, wasn't it? I think most people agreed that Jeremy Corbyn, he said himself the other day that he was only 7 out of 10 for Europe, which isn't exactly the best endorsement. And I think in many respects, many people saw it as an internal Tory warfare. And of course, it was always much more important than that. It was about, people's jobs here in Leicestershire, about their families, about the economy, and about our future, and it became a Tory slaying match, and I regret that very deeply today.
And when you look to the fortunes of the Tory party now, they'll have a new leader come the autumn. Any idea who that might be, who it should be, and how you feel they should conduct themselves?
Well, I kind of agree with, Leicester City Deputy Mayor Rory Palmer on this, that I kind of don't care less. Beyond the fact, where I do care, is that I think it'll probably be someone more right-wing. And as I say, I think that the impacts of a Boris Johnson or a Michael Gove or a Theresa May will hit those who voted leave yesterday, many of the good working class people who voted leave yesterday, hardest, and that is the great irony of this. But, I think by the end of today, Joe, Lib Dem leader Tim Farron could be the only major party leader still left in his job.
Matthew, thank you. John joins us on the line in Birstall. Morning, John.